mustn't be self-interest because you have friends that Dr. Rowley bring back in positions now, that you decide to switch. I have no problem with follows in a family and stuff, Brucey. But not because I follow with you, Brucey, I must go because I want to tell down the house, all the nasty things about you, Bruce. Right? Form with my enemies for you to fall. I support my enemies wanting your meetings for you to fall. And now as you realize you can destroy Sharon now, you wiggling your way back in easy because you are so-called friends now benefiting now from my organization which you was a part of. And I must just open my heart and soul back to you. And I mustn't. Sharon, I say Sharon.
No, you're not obligated to do that. And that's what I said. You are going to take it, in other words, you will take everything with a pinch of salt. You have to prove to me that you wanting to come back into my house is a genuine want to come back home, you know. You have to prove to me that.
Yes, you have to prove that you change your heart because Sharon...
So don't lose no sleep over that. There's a process for that to take place. Don't lose sleep over that. Right, because let me tell you something. Elections are not won by yourself. Elections are won by people who vote. So we need all hands on deck to make sure that this miserable, cantankerous, no vision, no management, people who don't care about people but only care about themselves, party they call the UNC, don't regain no kind of traction in this country. So don't lose no sleep over that. That is minor thing for me. Don't lose sleep. The most important thing is what I just play here to tell you, that people continue to use the airways for their perks and to make the dollars and to give you misinformation. And while they're doing that, your lives being at risk. That is the most important thing right now. We have to stay alive.
After the ring Miss Marlene drive, they couldn't get it. So you see me? Anyway, Sharon, I listen to car vex. I can't respond. I vex.
All right, darling. Don't get vexed and raise your pressure like our minds was high last night into this morning. Take it with a pinch of salt. Let me watch it how it going.
You have any by you?
One thing I will tell all you. I am moving unless I want to move for particular reasons that is really, really up against me. I have a WhatsApp call here in Massachusetts. You have any there?
Go ahead, take it.
Massachusetts morning. Massachusetts?
Good morning, Blessing Titan.
Morning. I got the thing, eh?
Mr. Brucey.
I got the thing, Massachusetts. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, good, great, fantastic. Listen, hey, Tobago olive oil, you know. Olive oil, bad. And one of the reasons is that my father's a Tobagonian. But the Felix, the same channel that you played an excerpt from a little while ago, one of the hosts who was critical of people taking vaccines, who was saying all kind of negative things about the government trying to control you about taking vaccines and the harmful effects of taking vaccines, which cannot be proven and has not been proven. That same talk show host admitted, while he is criticizing and trying to get people not to take the vaccine, admitted that he took the vaccine. And then the two people that were in the studio with him, he pointed the two people who were also telling people not to take the vaccine. He pointed them and said, they took the vaccine too. Then when he concluded by saying, it should be your decision if you want to take the vaccine or not. But the government is not the answer.
Remember, there are a lot of journalists on that station who anti Democrats, eh?
Jenna. Now, if you're telling your audience that something that is supposed to save their life, that is supposed to protect them from going to the hospital, that is going to protect them from going on an incubator, that could protect them from dying and the life done. You're telling people that thing ain't good. How come you take it? If you say poison, you go take poison, you go and drink poison. And that is the mentality. Like I said the last time I called. The UNC leader did not, if she had the vaccine, she did not take it in public. As you stated a while ago, Mr. Trump took it behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
And when did he take it? When he was on his dying bed. And the same Dr. Fauci and the same CDC and WHO, World Health Organization, the same people that he's been critical of, is the same people who saved his life. They bring the man back from the dead. When they release him from the hospital, you see him having a hard time breathing. Yeah? They save his life and then he turn around and criticizing people who save his life. The PNM government is given, look at the amount of financial support that the PNM government is given to people, and all is turning around after all they eat the food and all their bellies full, all they taking that same full belly and now going and criticize with Dr. Rowley's administration for making sure all they have food in all their belly, that all they getting the best medical help. That when you say don't socialize, all they still going out and partying and taking, well, all they get sick and dying all of a sudden. Is the government.
But Massachusetts, tell them about Missouri. Were they vaccinated?
But
all right.
One more thing, because of people waiting. I cannot identify the individual, but some very influential, high-powered people, especially as it pertains to health, in my area of Massachusetts. I was privy to a conversation where they are talking about going back to reinstituting mask requirements to go into stores and stuff. They're organizing, as a matter of fact, they even had a whole bunch of masks that they're going to be distributing because they think that they're going to start shutting down my area again because this thing is spreading so rampant. And it's more, it's headache, it's cough, it's fever, it's sore throat. Like you think you have the cold, and it's delta in your skin. Anyway, I say too much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. I wonder if our citizens listening to that. I hope they listened, 7:35 a.m. Tobago, where are you all? You're not calling me. I'm not hearing you. Tobago, good morning.
Sharon.
Take it.
Caller, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello?
You hear me?
Yes.
Bruce, do you hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you now.
Morning, Sharon. Yesterday,
morning.
my wife went there before shutting Naga yesterday. And there's no way that the opposition to tell me not to go and take vaccine. I told them wasting time. Let Modilal take you on. And he said they take it, why you guinea pig? And he take it, why you take it? I wonder
what he take if it, I wonder if it is Sinopharm or he went away to take what he want.
Yeah, so he say you come back when you talking all kind of thing in the airport. Them fail enough. Pandey fail, the coalition government fail, and UNC fail. So don't need to put people around this country fear them. I think nobody else. I mean them to vote, it's all my family come down and vote. All the thanks, later, bye.
Thank you. You have anybody?
Mount St. George? Yeah. Mount St. George? Mount St. George? Hey. Good morning. He called me not here in Mount St. George. Jail is this. All right. You ought to call me back because I called on him and he's not responding. Anyhow, guys, I want to send some condolences to one of our listeners who passed away, and I want to thank my clone Sharon Felix, who lives in Mova, the gentleman who called in on Friday. Is it Friday? Yes, Friday. George.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he was on my program. He used to pickpocket and was a boxer working on the port. He was on the program twice on the program.
Okay.
And on Friday, he called a couple of times. He always would talk about crime and he gave us his life story about taking drugs and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So he would have called us on Friday, call about 3 or 4 times. And apparently, the son was calling to talk to him, calling and not getting any response. And when they sent to get somebody to look to see what's happening with him, if he's there or not, there a lot of flies was coming out of the place and they sent and so they found him dead. So our condolences to the family, but I don't know what family have here, so I don't know how is they going to deal with that. So we got, just as how Mr.
Thomas.
Oh, Mr. Thomas.
And you wouldn't believe
my condolences.
Somebody that listens to us too, very good friend of mine, Sam from Carnage, same situation. Nobody heard from him.
Yeah.
When the brother went to check for him.
Oh God, only living alone doesn't be so nice, you know. Mount St. George, you there?
Yes, Miss Sharon.
What happened to you just now? I'm good. Good morning to you.
I don't know, the phone cut off on your side, and I am hearing you on the radio saying Mount St. George. I wonder where it goes. You're saying who's Mount St. George call, but the phone cut off on your side, not on your.
Okay, well.
Good morning, Dr. Bruce.
Morning.
Miss Sharon.
Yes, Mount St. George, boy, what going on?
What's the joke? On Monday.
He took his vaccine?
Telling the people, or his audience, wherever he was, that Dr. Rowley is misleading the people of Trinidad and Tobago, that the vaccine that are being given here, or whatever the people taking, is a trial. And if you hear this man's behavior, I said, well, to all the other people in the world, and I say in the world that is taking the vaccine, how their government not telling them the same thing, or their people not telling them the same thing? So why everything is whatever Dr. Rowley says?
So then,
as the commander of chief in this Trinidad and Tobago, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, well elected by the people of Trinidad and Tobago. As a matter of fact, I think I see his entourage last night. I guess he must come home for just a couple of days. I was traveling and I saw his entourage coming to Mount St. George.
Who is that?
So, I can't understand it. Why, what is the problem? What is the problem with whatever Dr. Rowley says?
Because they want to be in office. The same Watson Jukes who talk about Sandal, they do good till Sandals leave from coming in Tobago and then saying about when he become the THA chief secretary, they go come back. Where you feel as a ball, or you feel as a dolly, or you feel as a game, a chess, so you're moving all the parts here, there, and everywhere?
Yeah, but what's the just say whatever, you know that guy is as a matter of fact, he said of himself that he wasn't a fellow that had secondary education and all this sort of thing. I don't know what is the purpose of him trying to fool the people. He and the Jameses. I don't know why they think that Tobago belongs to their foreparents, so they're supposed to be the inheritor of Tobago. They're certainly not inheriting my part. I could tell them that. Let them inherit what they have in Roxborough, and I think the Jameses are from Belgarden. Two very close villages to one another. I think we have Belgarden first, then we have Argyle, and then Roxborough. They could take that part, but you see my part, they have to leave it alone. They're really, really overdoing it. Swigonian, you all support the Prime Minister and his medical team and his cabinet with what they are doing. Everything is wrong. We get Coast Guard boats, is a problem. We get ferries for Tobago to Trinidad and back trip is a problem. What is the real problem? Come on, man. Come on. Tobagonians, let the people who speak for us know that when there is good, there is good. If something is wrong, we stand against it. Come not tear up all the paper and show you all that she don't care one damn about you all. So she'll tear it up because she'll not support it. Sharon, you and Uncle Bruce have a blessed day. And hear you all on Friday again. Bruce, I'll hear you tomorrow with Mr. Dominic.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So kindly, darling. Let me say good morning to, I'm seeing Carol Bennett all the way from Riverdale, North Dakota. Good morning to you on our Facebook page. And to all of you here, good morning. All of our foreign listeners, viewers, or locals, good morning to all of you. Have another one here. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sharon.
Morning.
Sharon?
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, morning. How are you going?
I'm good.
Morning to Mr. Bruce.
Morning.
Sharon, I called up from me already. I just want to say something. I had a discussion with a lady yesterday who works in the health center in my health center. And that lady, I couldn't understand. But she's son-in-law works in my department in initials, and I really hate them fellas say, well, the other fellas and them was vaccinated, but he telling them that all you're taking no vaccine with them, and see how this vaccine killing people. So this lady now know I work in this, so she must know where they go, what I work out. So she when she say vaccine, they take your vaccine, I take it a long time. More than 4 weeks, about 4 weeks now. So here she's telling me that she working in the health center. I said, tell her what's going on. She's telling me that vaccine killing people and vaccine and that. I said, Mom, you working in the health center anyway, but you're not a scientist. She telling me that how she proves where some people do that. I said, that's right on the paper. That's thousand. That's all I know. That's sure no. That COVID killing people, and it killed thousands of people. Close, let me say a million, more than a million people already in the world. She said that, here was this lady telling me, I don't know, but she, she's at church woman, so I know the pastor and them, they must be them like that. This one telling me that all vaccine killing more people than COVID.
Yeah, but somebody tell me that yesterday, and I asked them, where's the proof by the data? And the guide me to I could get, I will call you back. Up to now, waiting for the call. But caller, leave that there. Leave that right there. That ain't making no sense to me.
Yeah.
Yes, leave it there, caller. Now, so I'm hoping that, I know people will start texting me to ask me for what we played this morning. But I just needed to play that for you all to hear. All right, so Trinidad and Tobago at 7:45 a.m. In a short while, we'll be leaving because we have a paid segment today. So that is my predicament for you this morning. We are going through the same thing in this Trinidad and Tobago. We are real naysayers. Everybody feel they know more than everybody else. Mr. Chance, or some of them I should say. Mr. Chance? I know, the phone cut off? Right. Mr. Chance, you there?
Yes, Sharon?
Yes, Mr. Chance, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Hello?
Go ahead, Mr. Chance, I'm hearing you. I don't know what's going on.
Are you hearing me, Sharon?
Yes, I am.
The jack in the phone. Check the jack.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I'm hearing you. You hearing me?
Yeah, you're breaking up, and I will still make a very brief contribution.
Mm-hmm.
I want to thank you again for that clip you played this morning.
And I want to say that we must not miss the most critical point you are making in that. It's not necessarily about jabs alone, It's about truth and facts. That's the issue. And there's a type of journalism that you played in the clip called ratings journalism.
That's it. That's it.
Ratings journalism is guided by propaganda and and disinformation to make the individual look great and to get money and to get benefits from it. And that is what you have to be very careful about. It's not focused on educating and informing you. It's about getting that person very rich, whoever it is. And the taking you down a road has nothing to do with helping you or educating you to do the right thing. It's all about uplifting themselves, and it's about money. That is the message. And you have to be careful about that. Because that message, if you transfer that message onto the question of jobs, you could find yourself in the grave. That's the message. Because that is the question I want to ask Vashti. I want to ask Vashti, the senior journalist in TV6, and I want to ask a very influential morning show program whether that is their goal. Is their goal the business about a search for truth and facts? Because that is what it's all about. It's about truth and facts. And let me tell you why. Hear this. Is known to be, your name is Felix?
Yes, I am hearing you. You go ahead, Mr. Chance.
Right. Larry Lala, who is known to be an associate of the opposition leader. And I make this point to let you understand why I question people like Ruhashi and other talk show hosts. Hear what he says. In responding to the fact that the Prime Minister took his jab, hear what Larry Lala on the 13th of July said. Congratulations to the Prime Minister in his jab leadership. You hear that word? Meaning that the Prime Minister wants us to do something, and he is doing it by leading us, by doing the right thing for us. And he went on to say, it would have been good for the country to see both leaders getting the job at the same time. So, Vashti, why haven't you followed up with the opposition leader on the question of a job? We want to know that. We want to know the facts. You know why you want to know the facts? Because you want to know who is attempting to lead us. We want to know who is the alternative person who is desirous of leading us. And that is your role, a pursuit of truth and facts. It is a fact that the Prime Minister took the vaccine because he wants the 1.3 million of us to take the vaccine. That is leadership. That is a fact. So Vashi and your sister influential station, why don't your morning talk show hosts pursue that truth? And that is the question. That's the question. So when you bring things on the media, in the night, on the news item, and you're trying to put us down a rabbit hole in a particular direction, we must fact check you, Vashi. Whenever you say things that just to please and to get ratings, and everybody to say you are investigating, but you are not investigating in a pursuit of truth and fact. So I want to thank you for that trip, because we must take that trip in the widest sense, because we must understand that when we listen to the radio and when we watch the television and listen to it, we must look for the facts and the truth, because that is going to influence us. And in this case of the vaccine, it could very well cause us our death, or it could cause to save our lives. I want to thank you very much for the time.
You're welcome, and thank you so much, Mr. Chance. Thank you so much.
I've one here,
Let me
Sharon.
Let me just say before you take that one, let me say good morning to, where did she go? Is it Sherry and, yes, Sherry and George. Good morning to you, darling. Welcome back. Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
Bruce, morning.
Morning.
Mother, morning. I like the hairstyle. I had a look on your
morning. Oh, thank you so kindly. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mother in Tobago and my guru, my male guru just called there. Commend them on that. So, Mother, let me see, and my grandmother in Tobago and my female guru and everybody, mister. Good morning to the listeners. Mother, 4 million people died already from this virus. And if you listen to the opposition leader on Monday night, she said to us again, son kills. That is to go along with what my guru said, mis or disinformation. And the way they put it out, it confuses you, because if the opposition leader could still come after so long and tell us that sunlight kills COVID, do you expect the people that support her to go and take the jab, ma? That is just one example. The opposition leader is still telling people that sunlight kills this virus. So do you expect anybody who support her? And there's a gem, I don't know how to call it, because rubies is an expensive thing. That man, father had owned a particular car company. He has a lady on his radio station telling people that taking the jab, how dangerous it is and what it will do to you, and people will die. And I'm wondering, what is the reason? Is this going along the trend of the opposition leader from Monday, telling us that sunlight kills and creating vaccine hesitancy? Or the jab hesitancy? Enjoy your day, mother.
Only getting smart. That is one thing I could tell all over the listenership here. Only getting smart.
Yeah, 2 more minutes.
Sometimes I don't have to read and spell. But Trinidad and Bruce, the other thing I give you, put it up in the meantime now.
Okay.
We have 2 more minutes, and before we do that, because when we come back from the ads, it's just to tell you bye and talk to you on Wednesday. So I want to thank all of you for tuning in on Friday, for me on Friday, but you for tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I want to thank all of you for tuning in. I know I started a little late this morning. I apologize for that. And on Friday, please God, once God give me the life and strength, I'll be here as early as possible with you. But just to show you, the masks are here. So we're going to put it up for you to see what it looks like. And remember, all the funds and proceeds from that, the profit from it is going to help me to finish the lady house in Maruga. All right? So that was my whole intent. And to those of you who still want to donate to our hamper drive, I want to thank you so much. And you can call 787-1571, 340-2016, or you can call yours truly, 7264685. I am to go tomorrow to clear a barrel that was sent to me. Let me say good morning to my friend Mary, and that's all I'm saying. The barrel is here. I picked up the paperwork, and I'm going to the port in the morning to clear that jumbo barrel. All right? So these are the masks. This is what it looks like. This is how it's going to be. Tell me, what are your thoughts? How much time again we have?
A few seconds.
Right. So I'm leaving it there. We go into the ads, and when we come back, if we have enough time, we'll put it back up. You will call and tell me, and then you'll make your decision.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
So, guys, those are the masks that they are on sale. All right? Good. Check it out. It's also branded Titans of Democracy. They can't get away from that brand. Who don't like it, always sit down and bite it.
Listen, we wouldn't be able to say hello to you tonight without the sponsors, without Republic Bank, Carib, Digicel, Guardian Life Media, KFC. Real people. All you, give a round of applause for corporate for stepping up right now. They are doing their part for culture. And thank you for coming every show. Hello. This is so much better than singing just for the screen. I miss all you. I didn't see all of you, yeah. I didn't see plenty of my artists for you either. Right now, I want you to make some noise for Turner, 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 Turner. Yo, 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 yo. Mash up the place and go to fire. Oh, Lord, everything fire. Mash up the place and go. We have to holding on. I was holding strong. I was holding on. Yeah, the road is rocky but it's strong. People wanna hold you down. That is all a part of me. Realization on my destination. I don't have. We are like this. I like this. I like this. Sure. I want to take from good. Come on, don't tell me I remember. I did think from good. For that they are beautiful. I got to wake up basic. Put it on. All proud to be alive. If you're grateful. Boy, I want to. Anything I am. Mash up the place and go to fire. Oh, Lord. Mash up the place and go to fire. I was holding on. I was holding strong. I was holding on. I was holding on. I was holding strong. I was holding on. My journey is my journey. Yeah. I'm running slow. I got a feeling. It's living inside of me. Why you like this? Trinbago. Everything hard. Mash on the place and go start fire. How are you? Oh yeah. Everything. Wow. I was holding on. I was holding strong. I was holding on. I was holding on. Holding strong. I was holding on. Look. Want to make some noise for generation now for me, please. If all you only know, Turner have calypso and soca deep within his soul. He representing for the next generation right now. Make some noise for Turner. A real journey. Bless the teacher and everybody. Kiss my brother. Let me sing it to you. All of the journey very long, and all of we had little setbacks. But once we had life, anything is possible. Who agree? That's right. Once you have life, anything is possible. To my big brother here, you see me from day one working security and give me the big up. Straight up. So I say big love to you, brother. I love you, dog. And never forget that. Never ever. So love and respect everybody. Put your hand in the air for Kes. Put your hand in the air for Turner. Put your hand in the air. Beat the thing. So. Beat the thing, Kaya. Mash up the place and go to fire. Oh, Lord. Beat the thing, Kaya. Mash up the place and go to fire. See, I was holding on. See, I was going strong. See, I was holding on. See, I was holding on. See, I was holding on.
Are you experiencing loss of vision, or are your glasses broken? At Value Optical, we're open, and we're here to help. You can have your urgent eyeglasses in 3 days with packages starting at $695. When you visit us, be mindful of the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Please call us toll-free 800-2020 for expert advice on your vision needs or to book your appointment. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Hey, you keeping safe? I hope so. I don't really know what will happen when everything will back up, but the line had to go on. But in the meantime, just come online with the live wire. I'm on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. Or you could check us out on the live on Facebook at the Street 919 FM or on YouTube at Street TV. Don't forget to share the live. That might just be as important as you keeping safe. So mask up, sanitize, tune in to the Street 919 FM, Lime on the Live Wire, Saturday afternoons, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't worry, I gotta be home in time for the curfew. Keep safe.
You matter.
I matter. We all matter.
And Tobago matters. Join us as we bring our THA community meetings to you virtually, starting Saturday 3rd July every fortnight until Saturday 11th September 2021, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Catch us live on Tobago Channel 5, TTT, Pulse 89.5 FM, Radio Tambourine 92.7 FM, Street 919 FM, and Office of the Chief Secretary and the Tobago Channel 5 Facebook pages. Listen out for every week's topic and send your questions to 688-4040 or mainfo@tha.gov.tt. That's mainfo@tha.gov.tt. Join us as we discuss Tobago Matters, because Tobago matters.
From the moment you first crossed eyes,
It's a girl.
to their very first bowl of cereal, open wide. Going into parenthood means nourishing your little one to reach their fullest potential. With Nestum Nature's Selections infant cereals, give 30% more whole grain with 15 vitamins and minerals, including iron, all with no added sugar. Nature's Selection. Give your baby the best. Nestum, from 6 months onwards.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Cloudno Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools.
Alright, thanks boss. Nah man. Granny,
do you have $488 to lend me?
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of 20th July 2021 stands at new positive cases 156, total active cases 6,691, total recovered patients 29,663, total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 36,354. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Implement the 72-hour rule. The 72-hour rule is a game changer when it comes to savings and focusing on value spending. Before making any sort of impulse purchase, pause and take 72 hours to think it through. After 72 hours, you will likely have forgotten about making this purchase entirely. Also, you've just saved yourself a few dollars, maybe even a few hundreds by doing so. Over time, this rule can be the difference of thousands of dollars and can help you shift your spending habits to focusing on things that bring you value and align with your financial plan. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
Hey, just in case you didn't know, every morning on the Street 919 FM, taking Sharon and Bruce Wayne, the titans of democracy. That's the morning show.
Welcome back. Sharon. She here, man. Felix. Hello, the lady. Hello, is the lady there? But what have the girl interest so? Sharon. Yes. Oh gosh.
Right. Bruce, I'm so sorry. You see me here trying to make connection with my partner, Teddy Muhammad of Muhammad's Bookstore. You know, I'm always trying to help somebody, so I have two booklets here trying to organize.
People don't start text my phone. They want to know the price.
Oh, it's $100.
Okay, nice.
So if you buy more than one, you can get a little. Once you're, and as I say that, you know, thank you, darling. Thank you, love. Get my cup of tea. Thank you, darling. And as you say that, you know, we were supposed to make the Titans membership cards. We started and we stopped. Right. So I have to talk to Mr. Moranci on that. So that is coming. So it's $100, and if you buy more than one, we can talk about a little discount. Don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
Nice.
But give Angie the information. So people tell me it's 8:11. We could still put it back up. Call and tell me what all you think. What are your thoughts on it? If you think the logo nice, what are your thoughts on it? And it fits very well. I wear my own regular. Did I give you one?
Not yet. Remember, we are supposed to come up by you to collect this and collect that and...
Right.
But
I seen Angie calling me.
So, guys, that's the face shield from the Titans of Democracy. Remember, the cost is just
all right.
$100.
I was now corrected. Oh gosh, Angie, correct me. It's 110.
Oh Lord.
And if you're buying more than one, sorry. If you're buying more than one, we're giving it as $100. Oh God, sorry, Angie. I forget we had to pay for the print. Oh my Lord. She now put me in my place. Thank you, Madam Secretary. So people team up and buy it in 2s and 3s and 4s. All right? Good. We never know, we might negotiate good. If you could negotiate, you could do that real good. So call me up, guys. So remember, the profits from this is what I'm going to take to finish up this. Oh, Lord, I don't owe in about 3 months' rent. Woo!
What?
I need to get out of Maruga, please. I need to get out of Maruga. Lord help us. So the proceeds from this is going to help me to try to hustle up in Maruga. But Bruce, why? That's something I had to tell you. You will cry.
Oh, Lord.
Anyhow, Trinidad and Tobago and the World by Extension listening. Here it is. Check it out. What are your thoughts? Tobago, call me, man. What's going on? Hey, as I say so again, a foreign call. Good morning. Caller, you there? Good morning. I feel it have a delay, you know.
Is that a WhatsApp call?
No. Caller, good morning. I'm not hearing. This looking like either Teresa number or somebody. A Canadian number. Caller, you need to call me back. I'm not hearing. You can call me WhatsApp. I'm not hearing you at all. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. But guys, tell me.
Yes.
Elizabeth, Maria Lyons, Jennifer Dorset, Elizabeth Ramtahal, Morris Charles, Kurt Shaw, Ashford you know Ashford is not a supporter of the PNM, I should see, but he's a very respectable gentleman on the Facebook. You don't see him carrying on and he say what he have to say, very respectable, and he interacts with the rest of persons on the Facebook. No obscenity, no nastiness. I want to congratulate him for that. Yeah? Right. But the callers, Ole go on and see forward. Gloria James, good morning. Sherry Winchester Bob, good morning. Indra Edwards, good morning.
I have one here.
Solita Innes, take it.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, Bruce.
Morning.
Good morning to Sharon.
Good morning, Carol.
Sharon, girl, I missed I was outside helping out with some dogs out there, feeding them and so. I missed the programs that you would have played pertaining to the media and so on, you know. But anyway, what I want to comment on is the caller from Tobago who spoke about when God had sent all these different elements to save the lady. And she refused all. You know? Why it is, when God sends help, people don't have this discerning eye to recognize that this is my God sending help. And Sharon, girl? Eh? And here it is, you have a prime minister like Dr. Rowley, who to me, because of divine intervention in Trinidad and Tobago, God put him there. Nobody could remove him. So with all the propaganda and all the gerrymandering, it's not going to help. Dr. Rowley and his team and his government is sending help through this vaccination process to help the people of Trinidad and Tobago to save us from dying. Look, I feel it so badly that 1,000 of my fellow citizens have died from this COVID. 1,000. And you have the opposition leader still coming back with the nonsense about sunlight will kill COVID. How come it can kill COVID in Brazil and all the other sunshine areas? Look all about on the lockdown again. People locking down again. This COVID is nothing to play with. It's life and death. So people, we are Christians, we are whatever, be able to have that discerning eye and to recognize when God is sending help, receive it and act accordingly. Thank you, people.
Thank you. Sharon,
thank you so kindly. I'm seeing
3 more minutes.
Yeah, and I'm seeing people asking about delivery.
For some.
And I'm seeing people asking for some. Okay, no problem. Call Angie on 787-1571. People and we calling about the mass and not no such a outer timing thing. We doing this is business. So you can call 787-1571. Give her all the information. If the delivery, according to where we're going, so I'll have to ask somebody to do that. And we would see, oh God, I'm fed up with these people and this tug life thing, and I don't like this game, and I don't know why they be sending this thing to me. Merle Daniel is asking, she wants 3 and she wants to get information.
Merle? Canada wants hers.
Huh?
The Canadian crew want theirs.
Oh Lord. Well, we'll have to post it up. So Teresa, I'm going to leave you on to deal with that. And I'll make one post and then post it up. So Merle Daniel, you can call 787-1571. You can also call my number, 7264685, or you can also call Bruce, 340-2016, and leave the information. So if you want delivery, you will have to indicate that where the delivery is. And it might cost you just a little, whatever. I'm have to ask somebody if I can't do it to help us with the delivery. All right. So, and if it is that we have enough in one area, then it will be easier. So we group it up like how we do it now in the areas, and everybody take their portion and we go out with it. So Merle, Daniel, and others who are trying to get the information, call 787-1571, 726-4685, Bruce 340-2016, and for Tobago, I have my contact in Tobago. So once you call me and it is for Tobago, we will put all together. It will reach to Tobago and you will collect it up there. All right? I have my contact. Don't worry. So guys, it's 8:19 a.m. and the word for today, because we have to leave, is joy. I celebrate joy. Sometimes I express my spirit of irresistible joy, and let my happiness flow freely with celebration and enthusiasm. My utterance, or so on, as a spontaneous gratitude for life. My heart is filled with the truth that I am a unique expression of divine joy. Other times I express my joy more peacefully. I reflect and meditate upon the gentle sense of well-being in my heart, and I move gracefully through life with greater poise and harmony. I am grateful for all the quiet ways that I experience the goodness of God. These may be more subtle, but bring me no less joy. I feel the spirit of joy stirring deeper within me, extending out to touch those around me as friendliness and compassion. As I share my heart with the good hearts of others, I find my spiritual purpose in joy. The joy of the Lord is your strength. Trinidad and Tobago, this is where we got to leave it for today. It's 8:20. We got to leave. We have a paid segment. And speak to you on Friday.
Yes.
Bruce is going to be here tomorrow with Dominic. Yes. Be blessed, be good, be safe. We're gone. Ciao.
things that's happening with the prices. Right now, from 2020, you can say 2,000 a ton. Now the material is 700 a ton. But we are scrap dealers facing problem with persons going into petrol and stealing petrol material and coming into our yards as scrap dealers.
Welcome to another special episode of Scrap News by the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association, where we keep you updated on the latest news and information coming out of the industry. I'm Willetta Wilson. Thank you for joining us. The Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association is continuing its preparations for the arrival of representatives of the Kairos Investment Group and Jodara Corsa. As you may recall, in our previous show, these two internationally based companies have expressed their interest in coming to Trinidad and Tobago to work with our association on our mega projects. Both companies have many years of experience in the business of steel. The TTCDA team has been working around the clock, ensuring that everything is in place to get our projects off the ground when the representatives arrive. As mentioned before, these projects are mainly geared towards the sustainability of the local scrap iron industry, create employment, generate local and foreign revenue, and most importantly, keep the environment clean. Before we continue, let us hear from our project manager, Anthony Rampersad. He will remind you about our projects and update you on preparations.
My name is Anthony Rampersad, and I am involved and work with the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association, involved with the shipbreaking project. The shipbreaking project is one which reduces ships. We cut it up, we make it smaller and sailable. The shipbreaking project has two main aspects. The marine aspect, where we gather ships from along the coast and the region, and even internationally we gather them. We tow them into port, and here it is, we enter the land aspect of the project. At the port, we use machinery such as shears to cut up the ship, to make it smaller into sections. These sections are now further reduced through the use of machinery. We take the large sections and we place them into a unit called a shredder. The shredder fragmentizes the large sections and make them more saleable. Now, there are instances where we would need an edge also cut off. We would call in a manual cutter. After that, the fragmentized bits or the reduced metal is put from the quay in bulk onto the ships or even in containers and shipped directly to the mill. My role as the project manager would be to manage the various disciplines. In the team, we have the human resource aspect, the financial aspect, the engineering aspect. We would have the health, safety, and environmental aspects. So my role as project manager, firstly, is to take charge of all these disciplines and to get them to perform as a team to achieve the client's goal. The client's goal of turning the ship into saleable and valuable material. The value of this project in terms of monetary gain is much, because here we have the material being reduced. We could turn out, as the months go by, we would start with 20,000 tons of material, solid metal, and we'll graduate into 60,000 tons, which is our goal per month. And this would be much. This would be much for a project of this size. So it's a huge project. It's also valuable in terms of sustainability. We look at the environment. We look at the social impacts. We are hiring people. We are hiring people for many positions, so we could give back to society, in this case, as well as the foreign exchange aspect. So when our goods go abroad, we get US in return. So there's much value in this regard. I know this project is going to be a bit challenging, and yes, we have capable individuals. We have a staff as well to work with these leading individuals. We have, in addition to that, we have the investors. They are preparing to come, and they will be arriving soon. Also come with some expertise. These expertise would be further married together so that we would be moving forward smoothly when we get going with the project. For a project update, we are currently interviewing persons for various positions. We are interviewing persons for the cutting aspect. We are interviewing people for excavator operator, forklift operator, and many others. So we are near completed the interviews, and as well we have some documents that are 75% completed. So we are nearly finished with that. Namely the engineering document, the engineering planning as per operation on the port. In addition to that, we are liaising with the foreign investor, and they are also making preparation from their end. The foreign investor, Kairos Investment Group, and the Godao Corsa, the persons from the steel mill, they are in heavy consultation with us and with various foreign personnel concerning the legalities and the role that they are entering here into Trinidad and Tobago. We are fine-tuning the aspects in terms of the port arrangements. So we are yet to meet for another meeting. We have met with them already, the executive management at Point Lisas, and we are scheduled for another meeting.
Our engineer, Mr. Peter Fletcher, is also instrumental in ensuring that things are coming along smoothly. Let's hear more on his involvement in this project.
Okay, well, good evening, everyone. My name is Peter Joseph H. Fletcher, right? I've been in the petrochemical industry / construction also, you know, for over 33 years plus. My training is really in civil engineering, but in the petrochemical industry, I will have been into a lot of mechanical and construction scenarios. At building plants, I worked on the methanol complex, which was also expanded to ammonia, AUM, and urea. So I work in this area, at that point, this area for all my working times, you know. And I recently, a couple of years, registered my own company. So I do a bit of consultants, Complete Global Services Limited, where we do consultancies on projects, mostly construction, and also in the line of both civil and mechanical engineering in the police area when we get. My involvement in this project is to put the methodology of how the actual process of getting these vessels from where they might be. I mean, right now we're looking at within the waters around Trinidad and Tobago and probably in the West Indies at large. And I am putting together a document to see how we getting them from where they are to where we can deal with them as per breaking them down, the ship breaking scenario, cutting, shredding, whatever, and preparing them for shipment thereafter. Now, my documents have a lot to do with like two main conventions called the Basel Convention and the Hong Kong Convention. One deals with getting these derelicts cross borders, stuff like that. Let's say we have to go down the West Indies, we need to link with these conventions, and the Basel Convention, that deals with more like the environmental protection. A lot of shipbuildings have to do a lot with asbestos for some reason, for technical reasons. So we need to, my document will be showing how we manage these things, how we manage the waste oil, the bunker fuel, before we could take this ship, and to create all the different permitting on the site, as per safe work permits, hot work permits, as far as even excavation permits. You might have to put on something on the site that you might have to get. You might need like to pile a foundation in or something like that. So my documents will be dealing with all that. Rigging engineering, how we get this thing from the water onto the it won't be any dry docking per se, but we have to bring it along a jetty, start working with it there, start reducing it, and the bigger parts get it on the jetty, and then deal with it from there on into packaging. As per the time frame, I saw that the whole project have a document already that speaks to that, and I'm seeing it. I mean, once I get done with my part, I think we will fast forward thing there, from there on to go forward to maybe September, I think. It's not so much of a challenge. I mean, it's just a lot of work. Simple putting my document together, realizing as I go along, it just getting bigger, but there are ways I can tweak it and get it right, and a compact version, and make the same effect. Well, it's a dream. It's a novel project. It's a piece of serious innovation that this part of the world don't pay no mind to. So it's very exciting to be a part of this team. I see a project like this going wherever there are ships that need to be reduced and recycled or whatever. I see this project bigger than, I don't know how the principals right now are looking at it. If you're only looking around Trinidad, but I'm seeing down the West Indies, and I'm seeing exactly where these things might be to go and get it. I mean, there's a lot of barge cleaning involved, and as the accountant said, this is work for a whole bunch of people, a lot of people. I don't want to cap a figure right now, but in all aspects, crane operators, barge operators, you have subsea robots to deploy to go and look at these things only to see how we can retrieve it. So there's a whole lot of work, and it's I seen it as an international project, man, because I will be referencing international conventions, codes and standards to guide this thing. Okay, well, as I mentioned a while ago, the environmental impacts will be, the different fuels that these ships might have on them. They have the bunker fuel, they have wastewater, and all these things could impact the environment if we don't deal and manage with them and dispose of them. So we will be, a project like this will be dealing a lot with the people who could come and retrieve these things and get rid of them, what have to be burned, incinerate or whatever. We have to work with them, because we can't just throw this thing in the waterways. Bunker fuel had to be managed and taken care of, as I said, asbestos and everything. And we'll also clean up the shorelines in and around our country and in and around the other coastlines. Well, that document is like about 75% complete at this point. I mean, as I was saying, I think I would have mentioned slightly just now the actual rigging part. My document will also speak to rigging engineering, how it's done. How we lifting things, what is the lowest weight as per the highest weight, and how we can handle it and how we can do it safely. Each lift have to have a rigging plan and done in accordance and be guided by the plan. Minimize accidents and stuff like that. I think it's feasible to everybody. I mean, if you're not even taking part in the actual shipbreaking, but it's a feasible thing, as been mentioned by the accountant firm. It's employment for a lot of people, right? And there's a serious domino effect down the line. Even the person who might have to feed these people out there. And if we are blessed with the location we're looking at in Point Lisas, that is bringing something back to that area, rejuvenating and using, there's some infrastructure they're saying down there, and it's ideal for something like this, for this project.
Ferrous scrap prices in Mexico increased in the week ending Friday, July 2nd, after being mostly stable in previous week amid consumer fighting to secure supply. The recent imposition of stricter COVID-19 related lockdown across Bangladesh has left densely populated country's steel sector facing several difficult short-term challenges. European Metal Recycle EMR is to transform a dock operation in Scotland with a multi-million-pound development that would make it more competitive and reduce carbon emissions. Steel Dynamic Inc., a steel production company based in Fort Worth, Indiana, has announced plans to become carbon neutral by 2050 for its electric arc furnace EAF steel mills operations. To achieve this target, the company also set interim emissions reduction renewable energy milestones to be achieved by 2025 and 2030. And finally, Turkish steel mills returned to the deep-sea scrap import markets with a flurry of bookings from the Baltic Sea and the United States.
Keeping with scrap news around the world, let us now take a deeper look into the steel industry in the Philippines.
The Philippine iron and steel industry is a critical component in achieving inclusive economic growth and sustainable development. The industry provides necessary inputs for the construction of infrastructure, power generation and distribution, transportation facilities and vehicles, manufacturing machinery and equipment, all of which are vital for a nation's long-term growth. The industry's outputs are utilized by both commercial and industrial enterprises, such as electronics, appliance manufacturing, and shipbuilding, among others. In 2019, metalliferous ores and metal scrap exhibited 2.6% of the total imports in the Philippines, valued at $105.96 million. The Philippine iron and steel industry aims to contribute to the country's sustainable development by manufacturing world-class products for the industry and the society, and sees itself as a major producer of high-quality and safe steel products for domestic users by 2030. This is achieved when the industry is able to supply 70% of the tonnage of required apparent steel consumption.
Finances are important to any project. This time, we will hear from our accountant, Mr. Reyes Davidine, who will shed some light into the financial aspect of the project.
My name is Reyes Davidine, and by profession, I'm a chartered accountant. Having been in private practice for close to 20 years, of which 10 years was spent in one of the leading accounting firms in Trinidad and Tobago. Right now, I manage my own accounting firm, Reyes Davidine Associates. I'm a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Trinidad and Tobago and the Association of Chartered Certified Accountants of England. And I'm so pleased to be on part and parcel of this project, this shipbreaking project. As in any project, you must have a financial person involved, because someone has to, for simplifying purposes, be able to balance the books and make sure that all the numbers make sense. But more so as a controller of the accounts, in terms of making sure that all relevant statutory obligations to the government, statutory obligations to the stakeholders are fully met. In terms of the financial aspects of the project, we see this project coming on stream in a very critical time. As we know, whether it's the manufacturing sector, whether it's the distribution sector, various sectors throughout the community are currently facing a huge forex challenge. And we see this as an opportunity for the greater community to generate huge amounts of forex for the government and for the country. This project, once it comes on stream, we are seeing in terms of millions of US dollars flowing into the country, and by extension trickling down to those that really need it. From the economic standpoint, we see this project being as not short-term, because this really is a long-term project. Even before COVID started, there's a serious amount of unemployment across the board, whether it's a crane operator, whether it's engineers, finance people, laborers. This project, in its initial phase, we are seeing it possibly employing close to between 500 to 800 persons on a permanent basis. Going forward, as I said, this is certainly a long-term project. We see it taking up possibly to maybe 1,500 persons on a rotation basis, of course, but definitely on a full-time basis. Mechanics, engineers, electricians, all of them will be part and parcel of this project. The huge and most significant cost for this project, as you would imagine, is CapEx, capital expenditure in terms of the machinery. Because, I mean, if you were to look at your basic household or basic construction site, simple equipment, it's thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. This project is no different to any of those. When you're talking about shipbreaking and the size, if you look outside and you look in the ocean and you see the size of those vessels, you must have an idea in your mind the type of equipment that is going to be required, whether it's to cranes to pull it out of the ocean, whether it's to cut it up in pieces, whether it's to shred it, pack it onto a container. We're talking about millions of dollars in CapEx. Of course, there's other expenses that's going to be involved, which will be your labor cost, ensuring compliance with other statutory regulations. But yes, it's a huge mega project and it's going to take significant financial input.
Health and safety is of utmost importance in any scrapyard. We once again join our project manager, Mr. Anthony Rampasad, who also specializes in health and safety, for this week's tips.
For this week's safety tips, we encourage mask wearing. Mask wearing is mandatory for the COVID-19 protocol. But in addition to that, mask wearing is so important in the scrapyard. Why? Because the metal and the environment contains a lot of dust. So the metal inherent in that is a lot of dust. So while handling the various metals, the dust will get into the nasal passages, down into the lungs, and we do not want that. So to protect yourself from serious respiratory illnesses and even sinus agitations and allergies, wear your mask. Another safety tip is that of good communication in the scrapyard. Now, we have a number of ways we communicate in the scrapyard. We use the spoken word, we use radios, and we use hand signals. Hand signals. Now, for effective communication, sometimes a combination of these is required. For instance, if a truck driver is reversing to avoid a potential accident, what we can do is combine the spoken word and we have to speak up in a loud voice. In other words, we got to shout. We got to shout and say halt and wave at the same time. So it's a combination. It's a combination to achieve effective communication. Now, in addition to these tips, the OSHA and the CDC has provided some mandatory guidelines. These are: wash your hands frequently, rubbing them with soap and water for 20 seconds or even more, right? Where you cannot wash your hand with soap and water, the use of an alcohol-based sanitizer is recommended. An alcohol-based sanitizer with 60% alcohol, but not less than 60% alcohol. So it can be more than that. It can be 60, 70, 80% alcohol to sanitize the hands. Now, we've got to, as well, avoid touching the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. You see I'm wearing the mask? So we got to avoid touching the eyes, the nose, and the mouth with the hands. And hence the reason we go to the number one tip: wash your hands frequently, right? Folks, we got to, and another guideline, we got to practice good respiratory etiquette. So what do you mean by that? So for instance, if we are about to sneeze, we got to sneeze into the crook of the arm, okay? Or even sneeze into your mask. Again, we got to wash the mask and the hands regularly. Don't forget, wash the mask in addition, right? Now, we want to avoid getting too close to sick persons. That's another guideline. Avoid getting close to sick persons. Maintain the social distancing of 6 feet or even more, right? Remember, another guideline, key one from the CDC and the OSHA, no hand-to-hand contact, meaning no handshaking. What we got to do? We got to perhaps use the elbow. So no handshaking, no high fives, none of that. We could probably use an elbow. I want to thank you for listening to these health and safety tips. Until next time, I am Anthony Ramprasad, your project manager and safety tips person.
The ship dismantling industry has many benefits. Let us tell you more.
The scrapping of ship supplies, raw materials to steel mills, steel plate, remanufacturing asbestos, remanufacturing as well as providing furniture, paint, electrical equipment and lubricant oil to the numbers of businesses that have sprouted up specifically as a result. In 2012, roughly 1,250 ocean ships were broken down and their average age was 26 years. In 2013, the world total demolished ship amounted to 29,052,000 tons, 92% of which were demolished in Asia. As of January 2020, India has the largest global share at 30%, followed by Bangladesh, China, and Pakistan. Alang India currently has the world's largest ship recycling destination, followed by Chittagong Shipbreaking Yard in Bangladesh and Gadani in Pakistan. The largest sources of ships are China, Greece, and Germany respectively, although there is a greater variations in the source of carriers versus their disposal. The shipbreaking yards of India, Bangladesh, China, and Pakistan employ 225,000 workers, as well as providing many indirect jobs. In Bangladesh, recycled steel covers 20% of the country's needs, and in India is almost 10%.
Here is a look at a CNN business report on ship dismantling in Turkey.
Layer by layer, ships are pulled to pieces, stripped right to the bone. Beached and obsolete, Aliaga is their last port of call. In this ship graveyard, there are sparks of new life, dismantling spare parts and materials for recycling.
Big vessels like this one will take at least 60 days to be completely dismantled, where the steel will be reclaimed. That will help ease demand at steel factories.
And also help reduce the carbon emissions from shipping over scrap steel. Turkey is the fastest growing crude steel producer in the world and imports scrap steel from all over Europe and the United States. Ahmed Simshek runs the ship recycling yard.
Is there anywhere else in the world that is like this?
No around the world is like that in Turkey, because Turkey is one of the best dismantling, green-friendly dismantling country in the world, I could say.
Although efforts are being made to reduce carbon emissions out at sea with the installation of more fuel-efficient engines for new ships set by the IMO, the International Maritime Organization, recycling ships is an area industry is taking a keen interest in to reduce its impact on the environment.
Last year was Pakistan Shipbreaker Association was here. We gave them lessons how our association is working, how we're dismantling the ship in Turkey for beaching way, And they could was very happy. They invite us in Pakistan in order to give them lessons.
So ships from all over the world come here to be dismantled?
Yes.
And there are how many ships here today?
Today 47 ships.
47 ships. Where are they all from?
From Greece, Germany, from Italy, from England, Canada, Russia, Brazil, and some vessels at anchor, they arrive from Syria, from Beirut.
As the ships wait to take their final bow, the best way to cut carbon emissions is still undecided. The EU's proposal to include shipping in its emissions trading scheme from 2013 has been met with stern opposition. European chambers of shipping, including Turkey's, are calling for any economic measures to be global, where all countries are accountable. Aisha Dergahi, CNN, Aliaga, Turkey.
The next time you visit your local scrapyard, just take the things that would be accepted. Here are some of these items.
Copper piping tubing. Scrap copper piping and copper tubing are quite prevalent around the house. Also one of the most common metals found in both inside and outside the home. Copper is worth collecting, mainly because it's one of the scrap metals that is always priced higher than other metals. Aluminum pots, pans. If you want to search for scrap metal quality, aluminum can be found in old pots and pans. In some cases, aluminum pots and pans might be classified by the scrapyard as dirty, only because of some additional elements in the metal. Nevertheless, these are worth recycling. Stainless steel sink. One of the more common items lying around the house is the stainless steel sink that was removed while doing a renovation. The key within the stainless steel sinks is to ensure clean material, in other words, without any type of plastic or rubber that may devalue the scrap. Brass plumbing. Depending on the market value for the scrap brass, this metal could be good for scrap metal recycling. Brass faucets, brass plumbing, and brass fittings all are found around the house, especially after renovation and upgrading. Because brass is so weighty, it is a good return. Ceiling fans motors. If a ceiling fan is broken, it shouldn't be dumped. It's possible to remove plastic or wood trims and isolate the motor for recycling. Ceiling fan motors contains a electric coil with substantial amount of copper. In some models, the fan blades may also be made of metal. Copper TV yokes. Copper yokes are not found on newer TVs, but can often be found inside back of older TVs. The actual yoke is often in a cone shape covered with plastic. The copper is wire woven around in strands and is considered highly quality when taken to the scrapyard.
We've come to the end of this week's episode of Scrap News. Remember, you can connect with the Trinidad and Tobago Scrap Iron Dealers Association on Facebook and Instagram to view this and other episodes and keep updated on our developments. My name is Oleta Wilson, reminding you to thoroughly wash your hands, properly wear your mask, and attentively watch your distance.
We could make it if we try, just a little harder. If we just get one more try, life would be much sweeter.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
I want to pick up all the boss ladies. I love all you. And pick up the boss ladies of Soca for me, please. Pick up the boss ladies of Soca.